Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the 6th sequel series to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s is the 7th entry in the Yu-Gi-Oh! franchise, introducing the concept of maximum summoning to the game, as well as an entirely new format called Rush Dueling, changing the card design, effect rulings, and play style of the game. The 7s in the name stands for 7th series. We'll get into the history of this show a little later, but before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss another update. Without further ado, let's get it. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s first aired on TV Tokyo on April 4th, 2020, 7 months after Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns ended. The show continued until March 27, 2022. In North America, Hulu and Disney XD licensed the show to stream on June 6, 2022, and received mixed reviews from critics for its introduction of maximum summoning, a mechanic that allows players to special summon 3 maximum monsters in their hand onto the field and combine them into one new monster, as well as the overall rush dueling format. Unlike its predecessors, 7s was not produced by Nihon Ad Systems, instead being overseen by Studio Bridge. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime lasted a total of 92 episodes, consisting of 7 sagas. So, let's get into the story. The birth of Rush Duels Arc. Yuga Oto dreams of changing the rigid and restrictive dueling world owned by Goa Enterprises. Goa Enterprises controls various aspects of citizens' lives, including food, clothing, shelter, and duel monsters, even down to restricting how duelists can trade cards. Breaking these rules results in a penalty to a duelist, and after getting 6 penalties, a duelist account gets banned and their duel disc is locked down. One day, at Goha 7th Elementary School, Yuga learns about a legend from his classmate Luke who wants to become the Duel King. The two of them arrive at a mysterious monument and find the hologram man waiting for them. In order to be recognized as the Duel King, Yuga must duel him within the time limit and attempt to install new duel rules. Yuga then challenges the hologram man to a rush duel and wins, installing the rush dueling format. Yuga decides not to keep rush dueling a secret despite risks sharing it at school. Luke pulls him under a desk to stress its secrecy, but his friend Roman suggests settling this with a duel. Despite a tough match, Yuga live streams their duel, wanting to share rush dueling with everyone. Later, when they notice rush duel video has been deleted, Luke worries that Goha Enterprises is spying on them. After meeting a bunch of different friends in school and starting to encourage everybody to rush duel, Yuga and his friends try to go back to the hologram man but find no trace of the relic in the hologram man's chamber. Eventually, at a concert, Yuga is challenged by Roa to a duel for the rights to rush dueling and the title of King of Duels. During their duel, the relic reappears and the hologram man, aka Otis, watches Yuga summon his 7 Roads Magician card. Despite Roa's claims that it was illegal, Otis confirms that it is a legal card, and Yuga defeats him, making a thrilling victory. With this, Otis suggests Yuga's journey to become the King of Duels is just beginning. Number 2, the Maximum Arc. During a misunderstanding about a duel cycle at sea, Yuga ends up in a rush duel with Captain Skipjack. After winning, Yuga discovers Kaizo's data has been stolen. Back on shore, Yuga tracks down Kaizo's body to a restaurant called Gastrobite. Inside, they end up working off a huge bill by washing dishes until Roman duels Grimes, the manager, to clear their debt. After winning, they find out Kaizo's data was with Nail, who promised to return it if they could defeat the duelists in the Garden of Curiosity. Yuga, Luke, Gavin, and Roman face numerous challengers there, including a duel where Luke had to guess the top card of his deck. Nail then challenged them to more duels, promising the return of Kaizo's original data as their reward. At school, Yosh asked Luke for advice, but soon after, they all found themselves in the Garden of Curiosity for a duel against number 6, a Goa Enterprise executive. Yuga thought he would duel her, but lost the game of rock, paper, scissors to his friend Yosh, who ended up dueling instead. Yuga suspected number 6 was actually one of the friends they made named Mimi, which was confirmed during the duel as she used Mimi's bubble era monsters. Despite Yosh struggling initially, he wins the duel against Mimi, who is then revealed to be both number 6 and Yosh's mother. After the duel, they all receive penalties, which Nail explains is because the system saw Mimi as one of Yuga's friends. Yuga then decides to keep Mimi's identity a secret from Yosh. Later, Yuga gathered his friends to share what happened, and they fell into the Garden of Curiosity again, meeting the mysterious M, who was actually just Mimi. After getting out of that and some other shenanigans, back at Gastrobite, Yuga questioned Luke about his wristwatch, thinking that it might be linked to Luke's poly effect, a scientific phenomenon where certain people's presence can disrupt machines. When Luke was then taken away by a waiter drone, so Yuga and his friends had to rush in to help him defeat the manager, Grimes, in a duel. They then found the Gate of Curiosity, and Yuga challenged Nail to a rush duel. In their duel, Yuga introduced his new maximum monster, Supreme Machine Magnum Overlord. After Nail used Drago the Sky Emperor, Yuga's friends supported him by allowing their duel IDs to be rewritten into maximum monsters, and Yuga managed to defeat Nail thanks to Maximum Overlord and his friends' support. Nail then returned Kaizo's data as promised and acknowledged the potential of Yuga's rush duel format. Yuga's victory then opened the door to a new world, with Nail expressing gratitude for the experience. Number 3. The Goa 6 Elementary Arc. One day, Yuga went to school early to think about his duel with Nail. Roman and Gavin joined him, and he thanked them for their help in winning. Suddenly, Kaizo showed up, upset about a problem. Luke had returned to the student council room in a clubhouse for his new Luke Club and made Yuga the first member. But Yuga didn't want to join since he wasn't in the clubs. Despite this, Yuga saw Luke trying hard to get more members by promoting rush dueling. After school, Yuga, Roman, and Gavin spied on Luke and saw him dueling himself, impressing Yuga with his new card, Illusion Strike Dragon, Maragius. Moved by Luke's dedication, they decided to join his Rush Duel club. Luke then got them into a Rush Duel tournament and planned a training camp to prepare. Nail then sent Sebastian as their advisor. At the camp, Yuga fixed a girl named Asana's digger, and they spent the day together. Asana knew about Yuga, but had to leave before they could duel. Yuga then learned that Asana was from Goa 6 Elementary's Heavy Cavalry Duel Club. Back at school, a misunderstanding then led the Rush Duel Club to enter a trumpet duet tournament, which was actually a Rush Duel tournament organized by a student named Janko from Goa 6 Elementary. When they arrived, they discovered it was really the Dark Rush Duel tournament. Asana and her club interrupted, wanting to stop the tournament. However, Yuga challenges Asana to a Rush Duel to defend Rush Dueling. Asana accepted, and during their duel, she showed her powerful dueling style. Despite Yuga's best efforts, Asana maximum summoned and won the duel, meaning Yuga and his friends had to transfer to her school, Goa 6 Elementary. On Yuga's first day at Goa 6 Elementary, Yuga found out about an abandoned dorm with a secret mine and thought it might hold answers to Asana's maximum monsters. With Kaizo, he began helping students, hoping to provoke the Heavy Cavalry Club into sending them to the dorm. Yuga and his friends then got sent to the mine as planned. They then lost their way until Kaizo, guided by Tracker, led them to a hidden hallway. Yuga aimed to find the origins of Asana's maximum monsters and a special duel device, R0. After reaching the Heavy Cavalry Coliseum, they were challenged by Rain to a duel, but Reno managed to end their duel in a draw, which allowed them to proceed. Deeper in the tunnels, they discovered prototype duel discs and extracted 3 duel ID cards. Asana then confronted them for a duel, with the stakes being the freedom to rush duel. Yuga reveals his new Magnum Overlord during the duel, but faced a tough challenge against Asana's Worm Excavator. During their intense duel, both Yuga and Asana used maximum monsters, but the battle caused the cards to disintegrate. Despite this, Yuga managed to win with Steel Mech Lord Mirror Innovator, convincing Asana to accept modification to duel formats and allow rush dueling at Goa 6 Elementary. Yuga then found and repaired R0 for Asana, making her smile and accepting the idea of modifying things to make them better, just like rush dueling. Number 4. The Team Battle Royale Arc. When Yuga and his friends got back to Goa 7 Elementary, they found the student council room overrun by vines. Yuga, Luke, and Gavin helped clean up, but Roman was upset about Princess G losing her job over rush dueling and ran off. They met their new student teacher, Gwendolyn, who Luke thought was Princess G. Roman decided to quit rush dueling, but after a final rush duel with Yuga, she changed her mind, impressed by her own new jam playstyle. Back at school, they heard about a maximum monster found in a booster pack and debated if Goa Enterprises was starting to accept rush dueling. Rain then decided to leave the student council, dueling Gavin as a goodbye. Despite her dramatic exit, she left after Gavin defeated her. Then, the school turned blue under Luke and Kaizo's mismanagement. A girl named Prioria announced a rush duel tournament, stirring Yuga's curiosity about Goha Enterprises' intentions. Yuga, not wanting to overshadow his friend's dreams, decided not to join the tournament at first, but after seeing their determination, he agreed to support them. During the registration, Yuga chased a mysterious figure but found Mimi instead, hinting that the tournament wasn't Goha Enterprises' idea. Luke then suggested Yuga join his team, and Odes, revealing himself, challenged Yuga to a duel, hinting at a deeper purpose behind the tournament. Yuga won and chose to discover the tournament's true meaning himself, joining Galleon and Shubil's team. As the tournament progressed, Yuga's team, with Roa and Nail, became top contenders. They even got a Maximum monster from Asana for Yuga's deck. After defeating several opponents, Yuga faced Tracker, who admitted to creating Maximum monsters with Goa 66's help. Yuga and his team then aimed to uncover Goa 66's plan, suspecting it involved taking over Goa Enterprises from Maximum Mountain. Preparing for the finals, they set up a backup plan to protect rush dueling using Kaizo as part of their strategy. Yuga and his team prepared for the tournament finals by checking for suspicious activity. In the finals, facing Team King Luke's Kings, they started with a match between Roa and Roman. Roman used her jam strategy to win, making the teams equal. Next, Gavin dueled Nail in a match that ended in a draw, with both sides enjoying the intense competition. Yuga's final match was against Luke. Despite a difficult start, Yuga managed to bring out his Maximum monster, Vast Vulcan. Luke countered with Steel Strike Dragon Metageus, surviving Yuga's attack thanks to a strategy that increased his life points. The duel continued with high tension as both sides used their strongest monsters. The solid vision system then began to fail, revealing that the Goha duel server on the moon was being eroded by drones, threatening rush dueling's existence. Yuga and Luke chose to continue their duel, believing in the spirit of rush dueling. As they fought, Yuga began reinstalling rush dueling to protect it from deletion. Luke's final move destroyed Yuga's 7th Road Magician, winning the duel and the tournament for his team. Despite this defeat, Yuga was thrilled that his backup plan to reinstall rush dueling worked with a new Super Rush robot, ensuring rush dueling's survival. As the crowd celebrated rush dueling's reinstallment, Yuga and Luke acknowledged each other's strength and commitment to the game, with Luke being crowned the King of Duels. Number 5. The Goha 6 Siblings Arc. After his duel with Luke, Yuga had Asana make his Hyper Engine Vast Vulcan card stronger. One day, after dreaming about a robot saving them from a meteor, Yuga watched news about the Super Rush robot before rushing to school. At school, he saw Luke acting too arrogantly as the Rush Duel Club's president, which was turning potential members away. Despite this, Yuga was more curious about Oda's plan and decided to meet him after school. However, Yuga got stuck because of a ladybug on his cheek until a boy in a chameleon costume helped him. Yuga nicknamed the boy Swirls and showed him the hologram man's chamber. Odes then appeared, challenging Yuga to a duel for answers, but Swirls ended up dueling instead. Swirls, new to rush dueling, borrowed Yuga's deck and managed to defeat Odes. The next day, Yuga and his friends faced a new challenge from the Goa 6 siblings, who aimed to take over Goa Enterprises and threatened to turn Yuga into a Goa employee, with their plan involving the Super Rush robot. Yuga then dueled the eldest sibling, Yuro, in a turbo rush duel and won, freeing the robot from one restraint. Later, Yuga encountered another sibling, Yujin, and with Luke's help, they managed to free another restraint from the robot. As they progressed, Yuga remained intrigued by fusion, a new dueling method introduced by the youngest Goa sibling, Yuo. This curiosity led Yuga on a quest for answers, involving space debris and a mysterious book named Sevens, which we'll get into in a bit. Yuga also supported his friends in their duels against the Goa siblings, celebrating all their victories and pondering the potential of fusion. Despite facing a few setbacks, such as Yuo's victory over him, Yuga's passion for dueling and innovation never waned. He continued to explore new possibilities for rush dueling, aiming to protect it and understand its true potential. The next day, Luke goes missing, and Yuga, with the help of his friends, tracks Luke to the Goha 6 quarry, where they find Luke going by the Luke Man, dueling Yuo Goha for control of the Goha Corporation. The Luke Man uses fusion to defeat Yuo, becoming the sole Goha president, revealing himself as the 6th Goha sibling. Following this, Yuga meets Luke's great-grandfather. Suspicious of Luke claiming to be a Goha sibling, Luke's great-grandfather confirms that Luke was not actually a Goha family member. And despite a momentary takeover by the Luke Man persona, Luke was taken away by Yuo. Yuga then got involved in helping the rest of the Goha 6 stop Yuo's plan. Amidst these events, they discovered that the Luke Man was an electronic life form desiring to fight evil and created fusion from program cards found in satellite debris. Realizing this, Yuga dressed as the Yuga Man and dueled the Luke Man using his 7's Paladin card through fusion to secure the victory. The Luke Man then returned to space, leaving the real Luke safe. Afterwards, Yuo attempted to destroy the Super Rush robot, but Kaizo unexpectedly returned from space, crashing into Yuo's spaceship and thwarting his plan. The duel then concluded with Yuga asking Yuo to remain president, suggesting that his siblings be reinstated and that Yuga himself be hired as a Goa employee. Number 6. The Goa Employee Arc. Yuga, embarking on creating a custom duel format and stabilizing maximum monsters with Goha Enterprises resources, seeks to rehire Nail for this project. Despite Nail's refusal to return, Yuga's passion leads Luke, Roman, Gavin, Swirls, Rain, and Reno to join him at Goha as employees. Yuga quickly rises to Section 5 manager in the Department of Duel Operations, integrating Nail's Providence algorithm into Kaizo to manage duel systems globally. Skipping ahead, Yuga has concerns about Swirls acting oddly. Seeking advice, Yuga asks Tooms if he knows what happened to Swirls and learns of a forbidden card that has the potential to control people's minds. Suspecting that the forbidden card was used on Swirls, they venture into Nanaoshi Insect Ninja Village, facing opposition from Luke's older sister, Tiger. Despite Yuga's efforts in the duel against Tiger to aid Swirls, he was defeated but remained determined to help his friend. Back at Goa Enterprises, Yuga alongside his friends learned of Yuo's proposal to merge Goha duels and Rush duels, a plan Yuga agreed to with his own conditions, prioritizing the integration of diverse duel formats. This decision led to a confrontation about the forbidden card, sparking an investigation that took them to a hidden duel card manufacturer, revealing the notorious card Monster Reborn. The appearance of this card triggers Swirls to transform into Yuga Goha, revealing himself as the true 6th Goha sibling, who was sealed away by the others after creating the Monster Reborn card. Yuga then spent the night creating a special program to stop Yuga Goha from wrecking all the duel formats, storing it on a data disk. When Yuga Goha confronted him, they dueled with high stakes. If Yuga lost, he'd hand over the data stick. But if Yuga Goha lost, he'd cease his actions. Despite gaining an early advantage, Yuga collapsed from exhaustion, leaving Luke to finish the duel. Luke defeated Yuga Goha, and Yuga woke up in the hospital, relieved but puzzled by Luke's vague explanation about their friends, with Yuga sensing Luke was keeping something from him. Number 7. The King of Duels Arc. Yuga discovered that after a duel involving Monster Reborn, Roman, Gavin, Roa, Nail, and Asana forgot him and rushed dueling. But Luke remembered. Trying to restore their memories, Yuga, unaffected by amnesia, strategized with Luke, Rain, and Reno, considering Monster Reborn as the solution. However, their plan to recreate Monster Reborn was thwarted by Yuga Goha and Nana, destroying the card and its potential duplicates, leading Yuga to see its destruction as potentially beneficial. Determined to revive his friend's memories, Yuga focused on Gavin first, reenacting moments that led to Rush Dueling's creation. Despite initial challenges and Gavin's initial cold demeanor, Reno's Rush Duel ignited Gavin's memory, leading to Nail and Asana also remembering. Yuga's next target was Roman and Roa. During an event for Roman's solo debut, conflicts among dueling fans escalated until Luke intervened, restoring Roman's memory through a heartfelt plea. Roa pretended to forget Yuga, seeking a fresh start as Yuga and Roman had advanced in their paths. Yuga dueled Roa, revealing Roa's pretense and acknowledging his feelings. Despite losing, Yuga praised Roa's win, showing understanding and support for Roa's ambitions. Yuga, respecting Roa's wish, allowed Roman to pursue her music without telling her about their memory loss plan, though Luke disagreed. A duel between Roman and Princess G at Roman's debut resolved her dilemma, allowing her to embrace both her passions for dueling and music, solidifying her decision to continue with both paths. Shortly after, Yugo and his friends learned from Yuo the story of Sevens, about an old man who had sent a sorcerer on a quest that ended in the destruction of the elements and the moon to prevent chaos. This story mirrored their current predicament, with Odes playing the role of the old man and Yuga the sorcerer, and the drones on the moon potentially leading to destruction. They learned that they could stop the Goha Enterprises drones from destroying the moon, but before they could act, Odes kidnapped Yuga Goha and declared his wish to erase all dueling from existence without explaining why. In a surprising turn, they discovered a vault filled with watches capable of stopping the drones, but found it contained only thousands of ordinary watches, Luke, determined to figure this out, challenged his older sister Tiger to a duel, resulting in a massive poly effect that halted the lunar drones. Yuga and his friends then ventured to the moon in a spacecraft, intending to save dueling. There, Yuga engaged in a rush duel against Odes, revealed to be the creator of dueling, who despised the state dueling had reached under Goa Enterprises. The duel reached a climax with Yuga summoning Seven's Geas, the magical dragon knight, pushing the duel in his favor. However, the duel was interrupted when Odes' robot retreated. Yuga then faced Luke in a final rush duel to determine if Luke could join him in the final battle. Yuga emerged victorious and resumed his duel with Odes in space, ultimately sacrificing himself and Kaizo to save dueling by driving both of their robots into hyperspace. 2 years later, Yuga, in the sky, triumphantly returned to Earth, marking the return of rush dueling for everyone. His heroic sacrifice and the revival of the dueling format earned him the title of the King of Duels among his friends and the community. And that is the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Don't forget to summon that like button, click subscribe, and slap the bell notification icon so you never miss another video. Until next time, peace.